Good morning, dear children. So, today we are going to study the chapter 4 is agriculture. So, dear children, before going to study this chapter, let me introduce briefly about the word of agriculture. So, it is made of two words. First is ager, A G E R, A G E R means field, and second one is a cultura means to cultivation. So that means agricultures refer to the cultivations of the field. Okay, so cultivation of the field. So dear students, as you know that the word agriculture refers to the cultivation of a field. Okay, now we will see there is some points, and it says about the agriculture. So agriculture includes a range of activities like growing different types of crops, rearing animals for dairy and meat, poultry farming, and even rearing fish in a ponds. It means agriculture growing different type of crops. Okay, as you know that there are a lot of crops like rice, wheat, and uh, corn, like that. And rearing animals for dairy means what people keep animals for getting meat and milk. And people also farming fish also. So this is also comes under the agriculture. Now agriculture has been practiced for thousands of years by humankind, and even to this day it remains an important occupation for most people around the world. Okay, so my dear children, as you can see in your chapter that is written that the history of agriculture dates back thousands of years, around 12,000 to 15,000 years ago. So people are cropping before around 12,000 to 15,000 years ago, and they crop different types of, and they also keep the animals for getting meat and milk. Okay, now the people here grow a wild from or very different kinds of meats and rice. They also started domestic animals like goats and sheep. Over the next few thousand years, the practice of agriculture spread across the world. Nowadays, entire world, if you see, people are cropping and they are planting different kind of trees also for getting fruits and grain, rice, wheat, etc. Today, agriculture continue to be a major occupations with more than 40% of the world populations directly depend upon on it for their livelihood. So, dear children, as you know that we need food to grow our body and to live. So that's why cropping is an important part of our life. Understood? Now, factor influencing agriculture means what are the factors which influence agriculture? There are several factors that influence agriculture. The factors decide what crops can be grown in region, how high yield will be, and systems of farming that can be adapted to in a region. Some of the factors are listed here. Okay. So what happened, in the same place we can't grow same food. Okay, it depends upon the climate, soil, and the region. Okay, now see, first one is the soil. As you know that in a different places, if you see, the soils are also different. Okay, so for the cropping we need different type of soil. Like the soil of region determines the types of crop growing there, while some crop like rice and cotton grow well in a clay soil. Clay soil. Clay soil means uh, चिकनी मिट्टी जिसको बोलते हैं. ओके, सो चिकनी मिट्टी में क्या होता है कि वो जो है राइस एंड कॉटन बड़ी अच्छी तरीका से उगती है. Other crops like wheat and need a well drained soil. Well drained soil, थोड़ा सा बलुआ और सूखा वाला मिट्टी पे ये अच्छा उगती है. क्या? गेहूं. ठीक है. The fertile of soil also affect the yield of the crop. Rich alluvial soil gives a high yield of crops. Soils low in a fertile need heavy inputs of fertiles before they can give a good yield. Means the fertilizations of the soil is also affect the crops. Okay, so that's why we need to make soil fertile, because if fertile soil is there, so we can grow more crops. Second one is a climate. The average of temperature of the place and the amount of rainfall it gets are key factor in deciding the nature of crops grown in that area. Okay, so climate also affect our crops. Okay, if climate is a good, so our crops can grow more. If climate is not good, so our crops cannot be grown well. Okay, next, nature of terrain. Nature of terrains means in also mountains and hilly area are better for the cultivation of certain crops like a tea and coffee. As you know that tea and coffee is grown well in a mountain area, not flat area. Okay, because for growing tea and coffee is a better place in a mountain area. Now, however, the plains are better suited for the crops like rice and cotton. In a flat area, we can grow what? Rice and cotton. Okay, now last point is a distance from the market. Okay, so distance from the market is also affect the crops. Like suppose you have grown more crops, but you live far from the market, but it very difficult to bring the crops in the market, so it also affect crops. Okay, so dear children, I hope you all understood about the agriculture, and we have also discussed about the factor influencing the agriculture. In the next class we will see the types of agriculture and more points. Okay, till then, thank you.